Hi, welcome to another video for 2peasinAbucket.com. This is Jennifer McGuire and I'm going to talk about paint dabbers today. Paint dabbers are from Ranger and they're just acrylic paint in a really great dispenser, and there's lots of fun things you can do with them. Here's two cards. They're very different and I'll show you how to do both of them. First of all, I thought I'd talk real quickly about stamping with paint. You can stamp acrylic paints with acrylic paints as long as you clean up your stamp very good afterwards. So you just want to be careful to do that. This is a set from Hero Arts. They have high quality clear stamps, so I have no fear putting acrylic paint on them. This is a dabber. My favorite color is pearl. It's just a little bit of a shiny color, and you can see how I'm dabbing the ink directly onto the stamp. I kind of smear it around at first and then dab. You don't want it to be too thick. So now I'm going to keep doing this. Sorry I'm doing white on white, but I'm going to show you a technique with that in a minute. But anyways, these dabbers are great for applying ink right onto the stamp, so it's another reason I really like the dabbers. This is a really high quality paint, so you can use it for many unique techniques such as resist and some other things. And again, after I do this, I'm going to clean it off really good so that none of the paint is left on the stamp. And you can kind of see the shine here. You can see how it stamps, and I'm going to zap that with a heat gun so it dries real quickly. Now this is the resist technique that I wanted to show you with the paint, and it's what I used on this card here. So you can see those leaves that I just stamped in the background with the Hero Arts stamps. Now I'm going to grab some distress inks from Ranger. These are just a really good dye ink that are great for blending because they don't dry right away. So I'm going to blend it onto my stamped piece here, and you can see that that paint is already starting to resist the ink that I'm putting over it. Now I'm working on a craft sheet from Ranger. This is great for all these techniques, and I'm just going to swirl different colors on here. Now you can see again that this paint is resisting it. You can do resist like this with an embossed image, but this just gives you another option. And I like that it does like this cloudy kind of look. It just adds to the unique feel of this technique. Now I could have used plain white here too, but I like that the pearl has a little bit of shine to it. And once I'm done, I wipe it off with a baby wipe so I can make the images pop. I'm wiping off the painted areas with the baby wipe so I can make the images pop more. So it's kind of like a ghost image in the background. Now I wanted to real quickly show you something else. This is a partial stamping tip. If you look at the background here, I've got it stamped with dots, but not entirely. I just kind of got it a little bit here and a little bit there. This is something that's fun to do with these kind of distressed looks. This is my favorite background stamp from Hero Arts. It's a dotted background, and I'm just applying different colors of distress ink to it, just a little bit here and there. I'm not worried about mixing the inks together. They'll be fine. On your ink pads, they'll be perfectly fine. Then I'm going to take this paper towel and I'm going to dab away ink around the edges, just randomly around the edges of the stamp, so that there's less ink on the edges. Now if you look, that does a great job of making the stamped image just partial, which adds to the feel of this kind of distressed card. And then I'm just going to go make the corners pop with a little bit of broken china distress ink. Now if you look, there's little dots there that are shiny. I just went and put little dots with glossy accents from Ranger. It's just a clear accent. Now I'm going to show you stamping with embellishments. You can do this with any kind of embellishments, felt, fabric, buttons, anything. Here I'm doing it with felt shapes from Hero Arts. First of all, one of my favorite things when I want a white note card to work with is take a colored note card like this one from Hero Arts and turn it inside out. That way the outside is white so I can craft on it, but the inside has a color which just adds to the interest of the card. Now I've got this felt embellishment from Hero Arts, and I'm going to temporarily adhere it to an acrylic mount. This is a lemonade paint dabber, which is one of my favorite colors, and I'm just dabbing it right onto the felt, inking it up like I would a stamp. Actually with this, since it's felt, I want to add a little bit more paint than I would on a stamp. And then I'm just stamping it onto my card like I would any stamp. I like to stamp with embellishments sometimes because it gives this more handmade, incomplete look. And here I didn't stamp really well with the first time, so I went back and stamped over it again. That's one of the advantages of using a clear mount to do this. So I'm just going to stamp this a few times along the card, and then when I'm done, I'll have this painted felt embellishment that I can use on the card. So you can change the look of embellishments with paint also. Then I've got this green flower from Hero, and I just cut off a petal to make it look like a little leaf. So I'm sticking it onto the mount, and then I'm going to stamp it with some green paint. This is the lightest green from Ranger, and it's called Willow. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to stamp that along the card. And then I'll also have this little leaf to use as an accent too. So you can change lots of embellishments with paint also, and the paint dabbers have real great matte look to it, so it's perfect for this. Then I did some partial stamping on the corners with that dotted stamp again, just to give it a little bit of extra oomph. If you want to learn more about paint dabbers, visit twopeasinabucket.com, and we have lots of videos showing more techniques. Thanks for stopping by.